What up, Not Quite Mint family? We're Not Quite Mint, and today we're going to review the comics from the 12th of February 2020. So we're going to do Kylo Ren, Rise of, we're going to do Thor, we're going to do Nebula, we're going to do Green Lantern Season 2, we're going to do Batman Pennyworth RIP, and we're going to do Alienated, as he throws it around the room.
Indeed.
So, should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
This is the future. Evolution.
Welcome back, Not Quite Mint family. As always, if you want to follow us along and join the NQM family, just make sure that you do. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell.
Hit the dingly bell.
Hit the dingly bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. And then also, if you can give us the thumbs up down below, that would also be absolutely fantastic. So we're here to review the comics from February the 12th, 2020.
For those of you who are just watching it, hello. For those of you who are watching it in the future, welcome, future dwellers.
We've got a lot of books this week. We've got mainly from DC and Marvel, no shock there, but we have actually got our first book, which is going to be one of the independents.
I'm just going to apologise for my voice and my sneezing and coughing. I've got a cold. So we'll start with Boom Studios' Alienated.
Alienated, indeed. So this is basically a story about a group of three kids. It's set in like their sort of, I say kids, they're like sort of late teens, aren't they? And they make a discovery of this like weird alien thing, and then they're able to share each other's thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, it's an interesting one because it's called Alienated, I'm guessing because the fact there's an alienated, but alien in it. However, the three main characters are alienated from society in a little way, which is quite a nice touch to it. I would say this would have been my pick of the week, but it's not the best week for picks of weeks, to be honest.
Yeah, it was quite tough. You obviously stay to the end and you will see our pick of the week, which obviously links into our sort of like, that potentially could become one of our giveaway items at the end of the month. If you want to take part in the giveaway, hit just type down below #NQM giveaway, and these are the books that we're giving away: Venom, Thor, and Iron Man 2020. Those are this month's prizes. But yeah, I felt the same. I really kind of like. I enjoyed the artwork. I enjoyed the story. It felt a bit like Spider-Man Miles Morales in some respects, like in terms of the look.
They've done well of depicting the teenagers, I thought, and how a teenage life would be. You know, the girl just doesn't want anything to do with society, as it were. The one lad wants to be recognised, and then the other lad is trying to make everybody happy. And then there's this kind of bully type character that they introduce, who's actually a bit of an arse.
Yeah, he's not.
But I can imagine he's going to have quite a big bit in this.
Yeah, but these guys are quite like they're nice kids. They're not like horrible kids. They're nice kids, but they've all got issues, and you know it's going to be interesting to see how those issues play out, and then how it's quite well how they do the mind swapping dynamic as well with the colouring of the letters and stuff.
I don't know what I'd have felt like if I'd have been at school and suddenly like I had one of my friends had like thoughts in my brain. I probably would have shot him.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good. No, I would not have liked that.
What would you think if you had my thoughts in your? Well, to be fair,
I don't know. I don't even know what you're going to be thinking. I'm not telepathic.
Well, do you know what? If we were, we'd make a lot of money. A lot of money.
We would. But yeah, I'd give it a solid like 8 out of 10. I would.
I said, I think it would have been my pick of the week. But I have got another one. However, saying that this week's picks or this week's comics that we reviewed, I wouldn't say that they're all up there as my pick of the week. Do you know what I mean?
They're not.
I'm a bit.
They're probably not going to be a pick of the month.
Week.
Yeah, they're not going to be a pick of the month. Yeah.
No, there's no Ninja Turtles, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. So I think that's still up there. So next one, shall we move on?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want to talk us through this one, Tom?
Yeah. So this is Thor issue 3, and it's next one on in the Donnie Kates run with Nick Glenn.
Yep.
Still loving the artwork of this one. Still loving the story to a certain extent. I mean, I had the hype of this one, it being like Beta Ray Bill versus Thor, like this whole build up, this massive fight, and it was that, but it's a little bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, I feel my view of it is that we seem to be hitting a bit of a cycle maybe, and that like this this issue ends very similar to the previous issue, and I'm just like thinking, are we going to go like through the next like 5 or 6 issues of like a cavalcade of Thor's greatest hits before we actually get any more?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's a bit in it like where he kind of throws Galactus back his cosmic powers, and it's like, all right, well that was a bit. What was that in aid of? Like, what are you trying to prove? That you can take Beta Ray Bill without the cosmic powers? Because you just make... I liked it. I did like it.
Yeah. Well, he's Thor in this one, he's making the point that he's the herald of Galactus, but at the same time, he's also still the king of Asgard, and so he's still a god. So he's got god power, cosmic superpowers, and it's sort of... Yeah.
I do get the feeling, though, that he's trying to explore this. In the first issue, he's struggling to hold the hammer because it's too heavy.
Yeah, they have that.
The power
go backwards and forwards.
So I feel like in this book, although it's not actually mentioned, I feel like this is the next stage to the struggle of being the All-Father, the Herald of Galactus, and Thor, all rolled into
where
one.
He's
it's like
loyalty's lying
struggling a little bit,
all the rest of it,
And he's king as well, obviously, so he's king of Asgard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to carry on reading it, and I'd probably give it... Probably, I want to say 6.5, 7 out of 10. This.
Yeah, I'd go with
so
that.
It's the lowest scored Thor so far out of this run, but it's still got loads of promise, and the art's fantastic. It's just maybe
Nick Glenn was
the
born
story's
to do that.
just a bit repetitive in this one, so a bit disappointing.
Do you want to go with this one? I'll hold the book up.
So this is Nebula #1, obviously featured in our keys of the week on Tuesday, because it's the first solo sort of run of Nebula, obviously from Guardians of the Galaxy. And this, if I was going to be like, this, a not pick of the week or not hot book of the week, this would probably be it this week.
Biggest letdown, I'd say. This week.
It's got it hasn't
the
got...
cover's lovely.
The cover's cool, yeah. It hasn't got any of the humour of Guardians.
No.
It's not that dark. It's
no.
not... I don't know what it is. It's like,
almost struggling, I would say. It's struggling to know what it is, but it's probably because it's the first issue and it's her first solo appearance, though. She's not the most popular character, so jumping onto her to then...
Yeah, I think it's only a 5-parter, but I don't think I'm going to be rushing to buy the next issue.
No, I would agree with that.
I haven't really got any more to say about it, to be honest. It's not much.
Let's move on.
Meat or anything. So
See ya!
Yeah, I'd be like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
like
I'd go lower. I'd probably give it a 3. I mean, I was not impressed at all. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Big thumbs down there.
Big thumbs down.
You can do this.
Okay, so I mean, I love Green Lantern. It's was one of my favourite. I think the Jeff Johns was one of my favourite runs on the Green Lantern.
Was that Blackest Night? And
Blackest Night, Sinestro War,
that,
Rebirth, not Rebirth, Recharge or something. It was brilliant. Yeah, I mean, I've got them all in graphic novels. So
there'll be somewhere.
There's somewhere over here. So I was looking forward to picking season 2 up. I didn't read season 1, so I would say that's probably where I fell down on this one.
Yeah,
because I didn't know what was going on. The artwork I found a little bit too detailed, a bit too much going on.
There's a lot going on, isn't there? Yeah.
And I actually found myself reading little bits and then going, oh, it's at the end of the page.
Yeah.
And then flicking over and reading the start and then, oh God, and reading the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
So I missed quite a lot.
I found it quite... I don't want to knock the art style because it is so detailed and there's a lot of talent going on in there. But I think it's quite a dark art style. Like... It's not very bright, like a lot of like the recent comics. It's almost like a bit of a throwback, I think. Like when I remember reading my first load of comic books, sort of, and there would have been, I don't know, like late 80s.
I didn't realise they wrote comic books in the 90s.
Stone Age. But on walls.
Oh, on walls. Yeah. Like with little hammers. Like.
That's it, yeah. So cough. But so I don't know, it in a way, like, had a nice bit of nostalgia for sort of like those really early comic books that I read when I was a wee lad. But at the same time, there seemed like a lot was going on. Like you say,
it's almost too much.
So I was a bit. I'd give it on the artwork and stuff probably about a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, and I also I think because I'm massively into the Jeff Johns style of writing. Grant Morrison's writing on this was a little bit old school, I would say.
Yeah. That's what I say. I
like the feeling. Grant Morrison's a good writer.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be borrowing your Green Lantern ones, aren't we? Because we want to.
Yeah, do it.
They're going to be a bit of a retrospective review, but yeah, because I don't really understand what goes on with the Green Lantern.
Do you know what? I actually think the Green Lantern Jeff Johns run, where it ends up within the Sinestro Wars, and then you have all the Blackest Night and all the different colours of the spectrum, is probably one of my favourite written books. And it's just so well done. All the crossovers and how there's loads of it.
I've heard so many positive things. So
I mean, the Sinestro Wars was what got me into Green Lantern,
Yeah.
and then I had to go back and reread the bits that build up to that point. So.
Cool.
Anyway,
So
waffling on.
No. Anyway, the next one. Am I going to talk about this one as well?
Oh, I don't know, mate. We could sit here and just waft the comic and not say anything.
This one. This is. You might remember, if you've been watching our channel, a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was, there was a Detective Comics Annual 3 came out. And in that, it was sort of like saying that it was a bit of a, an ode to Alfred and memorial kind of thing. And it was really cool, and we loved that issue, didn't we? We really thought it was one of our favourite books of that particular week. And... it was a really good story, and it's sort of like it was a lot more in depth than I thought it would be. It's a really good crossover story.
It was more about him, wasn't it? And like his old school
relationships.
Yeah, it was
with people. Like Alfred featured as like a main character in that. Not saying that he isn't in this one, but this one is much more what I thought it was. Where it's like that grieving cycle that you expect that all the main characters, all of like the historic sort of sidekicks. So it's like, is it your Jason Todd's, your Dick Grayson,
Damien's in it.
Obviously Bruce.
Well, it's not Dick Grayson, is he?
No, Barbara. Gordon's in it. And then obviously they're sort of like having a bit of a reminisce. Like it's almost like a wake at a funeral.
It's like it is. It's like a tribute in a way. But it's also a bit of a Bruce bashing.
A Bruce bashing massively, because he's obviously the emotional scope as a rock.
I really liked it, to be honest.
But great, really emotional. It really made sense.
I love the cover too.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love the fact that they've done the kind of Batman insignia around Alfred, and he's kind of like almost like an angel looking after Bruce.
Yeah.
But he's no longer there, so Bruce is broken, isn't he?
And that's what this is about. It's the fact that
is he going to step
Bruce
up? Bruce
is on his own. Who's he going to let?
Yeah.
Pull him out the darkness.
The last part of this, like without spoiling it, they all do a little bit about Alfred and the stories about Alfred. The last part of this, where one of the characters talks to Bruce about what he's going to do in the future, I actually think it's really powerful. What comes out, what's said, and how they go about doing that little story and giving Bruce that little push. It really is quite powerful, to be honest.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and once I've done my Star Wars catch-up reads and my Power Rangers,
Tom King Batman,
it's 100%. I'm going and catching up with all the big Batman arcs and stuff.
I want to go back and read No Man's Land. If anyone's out there that's watching this video and has read No Man's Land, comment below and let me know if it's actually any good, because I've heard good things about it. I know it's the first appearance of a canon Harley Quinn, and people are saying it's absolutely amazing, and a few people have said how I missed No Man's Land. But yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, that are we going to do? Yeah, we really did like that one. So,
I would say that would be my pick of the week.
I tend to agree. Like, as I say, it's a pretty difficult.
It's a difficult week because
this week,
that was the only standout comic. Whereas sometimes we've had more than one standout comic to talk about.
But I did enjoy that one. It had like real, it had some real meat to it.
What's your pick of the week, Raggles?
Tom's dog.
Tom's dog, Raggles. Ragnar. What was your pick of the week? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. So this is Raggles' pick of the week. Kylo Ren.
And weirdly enough, guys, it isn't my pick of the week. I know.
Sorry. Just dying over here.
So it's the first Rise of Kylo Ren issue 3. We've got one final part left in a couple of weeks' time. This, I don't want to say this was filler, because it wasn't filler. It was just, I think.
Was it Sum 41, all killer, no filler?
I don't know what it was. It was just like I think that it was just the style of the way that this particular book was written. Not going to give loads of spoilers away, but obviously, yeah, it's just. I think it's what it's done for me is it's made the final issue really, really predictable. So it's
shame.
Definitely try and catch up if you haven't, and definitely read it because you're going to want to. But I think I've figured out how Ben Solo is going to become Kylo Ren and take on that ultimate Kylo Ren mantle. I think it's fairly obvious. But other than that, I haven't got much more to say from that. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. Off the back of obviously, ranking all the other ones quite a lot.
5-parter.
I think it's a 4-parter, but I don't know. Maybe it's 5.
Because I always find with a 4-part comic or a 5-part comic, they tend to do because it's going to end up as a graphic, and they expect you to read it all in one job. I always find that when it gets to issue 3 or issue 3 or 4, it kind of just teeters off a little bit because then the last issue's got to be the one that's going to be
the one that really, exactly, and
like,
that's
God,
what that is.
I
think that's it. It's the first 2 issues were lots of action and stuff. You do see a little bit of Luke Skywalker and when Ben Solo was little back at the Jedi's temple, and he explains a bit about some of Ben's relationships in that time. But yeah, it's. It's probably because I don't like soft comics, do I? I like action, I like violence and all that. It wasn't a lovely comic. I'm not going to use the lovely word, comic. But no, it was a bit of a steady issue. So yeah, but yeah, so about 6 out of 10, I'd say.
Might as well do these at the same time.
So yeah, guys. So basically, we've got these 2, which are our cover picks for this week. Where I'm personally I've sided with the Venom with Donnie Kates and Adam Stegman. Obviously, I just think it's a really comical sort of cover.
Scotty Young has got some of the best artwork. Out there.
That's
in my opinion.
Just really funny, it's there, so we're going to get you to do whatever we tell you, Venom, because if you don't, we're going to drop a bomb on your head type of thing. I like that kind of,
whereas you don't get that much with the Gwen Stacey one. There's no bombs involved in this one. It's very lovely, as Richard would like to point out.
But it's a J. Scott Campbell cover, and it is a very, very nice sort of, obviously, cover.
See, I prefer the Venom one. Because it's a bit more funny, but I do love the J. Scott Campbell. And what I love about it is the butterflies are Spider-Man and Green Goblin. Which I think is a really nice touch. Yeah. But if I'm going to go for my cover pick of the week, it would definitely be the Scotty Young one. So, I do love J. Scott Campbell. He's my favourite, but I just think there's something about this particular one that is quite cool.
Cool. So just to confirm, going forward into our potential pick of the month selection is going to be obviously our Venom 23 and the Batman Pennyworth comics. So just bear that in mind, guys. And on that note, that is all of our reviews done for this week. Obviously, do make sure that you come back because on next Tuesday we'll drop our keys for the 19th, isn't it, next Wednesday? So there'll be the key videos.
There's quite a few nice ones coming out next week.
Yeah, so it's another busy week. No spoilers though.
No spoilers.
But so make sure you check back, obviously, next Tuesday when we do that. There'll probably be a video coming out over the weekend, but I think it's just going to be just a little bit of a channel update video and a thanks from us. But yeah, make sure that you're taking part in the giveaway. #NQM giveaway in the comments down below. Leave a like and a subscribe.
Yeah, and if you want to hit that dingly bell so you don't miss any content from us, that'd be great.
So until next time, guys, take care
and see ya.